Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5 of The Homecoming with me, James, from the Football Manager WizKids. Now in today's episode we play Cowdenbeath, who are currently second in the league table at Links Park. But before we get into that, I'm going to run you through the transfer business, and we have signed a big, I say big name, he's not a big name, he's actually not a well-known name, but he is massive in terms of his attributes for this level of football. And the club we signed him from was a little bit surprising that we got him. Anyway, we'll run through the transfer business, but first, let's get into the fixtures, run through them quickly, then we'll get through the transfer business, and then we'll get straight into today's match against Cowdenbeath. So as you can see, it's been a bit of a barren spell since we played Forfar and lost 1-0 at home. We did go away Elgin and won 2-1. Blair Charlesworth getting a goal there, Gary Fraser getting a goal also in a decent away win. We then played Clyde at home, and that was a game, really, we got a sharp start to it, going 1-0 up with a good goal through Blair Charlesworth. Again, he's becoming a real talented player for me. So he scored, put us 2-1 up, but we conceded 2 goals relatively late on. We then played Berwick Rangers away from home, Gary Fraser getting a goal in that game, 1-1 at Sheffield Park. Then we won against Stirling 2-0, and Mark Kelly, the on-loan Hamilton player, getting a brace at Links Park, 555 in attendance that game. We then played Arbroath away, big attendance, 1146 at Gayfield, and we lost 2-1. Mark Kelly getting our goal in that game. We then played Elgin again, goalless game, first clean sheet for a while, 0-0 at Links Park, and we just played an absolute belter against Clyde. Now believe it or not, we were 3-0 down at one point before pulling one back through Cammy Ballantyne, Mark Kelly getting one back, and then we went 4-2 down I believe, then Mark Kelly getting another goal, and Connor Higgins, who I'm about to show you in a minute, is a new signing. He scored for us, but right at the death, it was 4-4, after being 3-0 down, getting it to 4-4, right at the death, Clyde went and scored a cross, went to the back post, and the boy knocked it in, and around the 87th minute, and we come off the back of a defeat there away from home at Broadwood Stadium. Now as you can see, in our last 8 matches we've won 2, lost 4 and drew 2, only keeping 2 clean sheets in that process. Not good enough, and it slipped us down the league table. It was very compact the last time I showed you. It's still quite compact, but we're slowly slipping away from the playoff chances. Today, Cowdenbeath, a big match. They sit second in the league, so it's going to be a real tough game today. So here we are in the league table, and as you can see, we sit 7th. 20 games played, 7 wins, 6 draws, 7 losses, 27 scored, 28 conceded, -1 goal difference, and 27 points. We're only 2 points away from the playoffs. That is the target, guys, getting playoffs. It's imperative that we get that first season, at least to show that we're in there, in that area, and can compete in that sort of ballpark. But we are 2 points off that. A couple of teams have played one more game than us. If results go our way today, we can get into the playoffs. But as you can see, guys, we are 11 points behind Cowdenbeath. Now, that's a lot, but Cowdenbeath are 3 points off top, so if Clyde win today and we beat Cowdenbeath, you'd find it very hard for Clyde to drop that lead. Now, it's going to be a tough game. They have won 12 games, scored 44 goals, making them the top goal scorers in the league, and they've conceded 23, making them the second toughest defence in the league. So hopefully we can get a win today. But let's quickly run you through the transfer business of late before getting into today's match. So one player that's taken in a lot of interest from the clubs, the likes of St Johnstone, Hibernian, Falkirk I believe, is Ryan Ross. Now he's only played 4 appearances for us, but he does look pretty good. He looks like somebody that can be really good. Now I think if anything goes wrong in our defensive duties, or he's going to get given a chance due to suspensions or injuries, he will slot in there. Now, we're only getting bids of around £2,000. Now, that is measly, I know, but at this level, it's a lot of money. £300 value. But I have said I'll accept £2,000 with a 50% sell-on. So if he does go to, say, Hibernian, for example, but move on to a bigger club, such as Celtic, Rangers or Hearts, then that could be seen as a good bit of business and a good bit of income to me. If I'm not going to get that sell-on percentage clause, I'm not going to take it. The money isn't the be-all and end-all at this level, because we can pick up free agents a lot of the time. But that sell-on clause is massive. So currently, he's still at the club. We are getting a lot of bids for Ryan Ross. So the only player really to leave is Graham Webster. He joined Cove Rangers on a free transfer. Never really got much of a game for us. He's a decent age actually. He could have slotted in somewhere. His finishing is 14, which is fantastic for a central midfielder. But he wasn't really getting a game, so we shipped him on for 0. Incidentally, we have tried to sell a few players or release them, but my board are refusing to let me release any players due to not having sufficient funds to pay them off. Players looking to go out, potentially Kieran McWalter. I tried to release Derek Riordan, not done too well. Had 8 substitute appearances after his trial period end, 0 goals, no contributions at all. Chris Hegarty can go, Michael Bolachevecki can go, Ian Campbell can go, Ryan Ferguson can go, Kyle McLeod, he has got a few bids for him. Brora Rangers, I believe he could potentially be going to. Gregor Anderson can also go. Basically, guys, all those reserve players not in the starting 11 or substitute benches can go. The only one I'd really want to keep would be Jordan Miller, the goalkeeper. So here is all our total business for the season so far, and as you can see, the only one I've not really ran you through is Connor Higgins, coming in now £10,000. I know it doesn't sound a lot to you, but to Montrose, this is hefty. So what you're thinking when you look at that, if a part-time club are spending 10 grand on a player, that's a lot, remember. Bear in mind, they only pay the players around £100 a week. He must be good, he must be something special. Now, as you've seen his name pop up in the game against Clyde, he made his debut, came on as a sub around the hour mark, and as you know, he scored a goal to pull it back to 4-4 before we went on to lose 5-4 in that game. So let's have a look at our major signing, arguably the biggest signing Montrose have ever made. So here we are, all eggs in one basket. Not so much for this season, but potentially for the season after to really push us on. Now, Connor Higgins comes in, he's a striker, 17 years old, left foot, valued at £7,000. Of course, we paid 10 for him on £160 per week. That makes him the highest paid player at the club. He is, of course, part-time, and most of the time you can only offer contracts to players until the end of the season at this level, but I've managed to tie him down until, I think it's the end of May 2018. As you can see, 1 substitute appearance, half an hour of football for the club, and he did get a goal and an 8.10 average in that game against Clyde. Let's look at his attributes. Now, when I was looking at attributes for a striker, for this level, I always look at finishing, because finishing is imperative for a striker. Obviously it is at all levels of the game, but for this level, part-time, really a finishing stat needs to be quite high for a striker, especially to spend some sufficient money. Now, he's got 13, dribbling 11, first touch 11, heading it's 12. Now, for 17 years old at this level, that is incredible attributes. He's got decision making of 11, off the ball of 13. The one I would like a bit higher, or 2 I'd like a bit higher, are composure, which is only at 6, concentration is only at 3. That's a little bit poor, but nevertheless, he's looking good, and he's got good acceleration, good natural fitness, and good pace. The ones I look for really are pace, composure, finishing at lower levels. He's got 2 of those, 12 and 13, and that is fantastic. Young striker, balanced personality, and as I say, all my eggs are going into one basket with this guy. Spent a lot of money. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me. Not so much this season, as I say, guys, because we're over halfway through the season, but for next season, this is the guy I'm looking to fire us into the next level. So as you can see, guys, respectively, the odds have been given in favour to Cowdenbeath. Now, they're 1-2 sitting in second, favourites for this game, and we are 9-2 sitting in 7th position. Okay, guys, let's run you through to today's team lineup. Now, Fleming in goal, Steve's at left back, McDonald, Allen, Piscazio at right back. That's kind of the way things have been going recently. We're basically setting up the same as usual, guys. Fotheringham in the middle, Ballantyne also there with the captain, Terry Masson. In the cam role, it's Charlesworth. Up top is the man who's currently on fire, Mark Kelly, and Gary Fraser. On the bench, Moore, Ross, Callahan, Watson, McWalter, Higgins, and Templeman. We're lining up against a 4-4-2 flat. And now I have to say, guys, Dale Carrick is a player I've told you about before, absolute quality. Renton up top with him, Moore, Ross, Henderson, Buchanan in the midfield, Brett, Romsby, Martin, Adamson, and McGunn make up the rest of the Cowdenbeath lineup. Now, this is going to be a tough game, and the one to watch is Dale Carrick. He's absolutely on fire. So here we go then. I've told the lads that they could move into a playoff spot with this victory today. It's going to be a tough game, but it's one I'm sure will do well. We've been scoring goals for fun, but we cannot stop conceding. But I guess that's part and parcel of playing part-time football at this level. Terry Masson, Ballantyne, Charlesworth. As you can see, guys, the match starts where you can see on the left hand side, the league table on the right hand side, and my assistant manager Kevin Thompson's feedback in the middle, and Martin Fotheringham tries to bend a free kick into the top left hand corner, and it goes high, wide, and not very handsome, just like part-time football. Ugly stuff. 16 minutes gone here. Masson, Fotheringham, Ballantyne, Masson, Fraser, Kelly. Good form from Kelly recently. making that loan from Hamilton worthwhile already. Kelly out wide, pulls it in to Fotheringham. It's Charlesworth, it's Fraser. Oh, and Gary Fraser tries to bend one left foot, and that is unlucky from him there. It's a bright start from the boys. Charlesworth, Ballantyne, Kelly, very deep at the moment. Kelly into Fotheringham, Charlesworth, Ballantyne, Fotheringham wide to Kelly, plays it in, and that's a great chance for Gary Fraser. And really, the Links Park club should be 1-0 up here. That was a glorious chance there, and Cowdenbeath have just had a corner, and Callum McDonald scored no goal. That is disappointing. 3 reasonable chances, one of them especially should have been buried, and typical of recent form, we go 1-0 down against the run of play. Very, very disappointing. Charlesworth into Fraser. Oh, it's a good finish there from Gary Fraser. He missed the easy one, but he played that one in very well from around the 12-yard mark. His 11th goal of the season. Very good play, and we're back on level terms at Links Park here. Bad news so far for Cowdenbeath, with Clyde currently 2-0 up, and they stretch their lead to the top of the table as it currently stands by 5 points. Renton, simple as that. Simple as that. 28th goal of the season for that man Dale Carrick. And that is awful football. Kelly, Fotheringham. It's in, and Ballantyne puts it wide. As I say, guys, at this level, you get your chance, you have to take it. You don't take it, you get punished. Especially from the teams leading the way, such as Clyde and Cowdenbeath. Way behind them, 9 points behind second place is Arbroath. But again, guys, second, third and fourth don't really make that much of a difference, only in terms of who you play against in the playoffs. It's Kelly! 11th goal of the season from the Hamilton man, Mark Kelly, and he was never missing that. It's 2-2 here, and boys, I feel like we're playing the better of the football here. 63% possession. Surely we're not going to go down at the break, and Dale Carrick puts it wide. Let's get into half time, and that has been a reasonable half. 2-2, considering we've come from behind twice, and a good start. Strikers are playing well. Things are going okay. So guys, the only changes I've made is to play the tempo a little bit higher. I've told the boys if they play well, they can win this game. And I've also put pump ball into box. Hopefully we can cause a bit of havoc, create something, because our 2 strikers are really on form at the minute. And of course got a goal apiece today. So hopefully we can get another goal and maybe get this all-important win and try and push us back into the playoff spot, or certainly closer to it. Steves, Masson, Pascazio, Ballantyne, Fotheringham, Charlesworth, Kelly, Fotheringham, Masson. It's Gary Fraser, and he's offside. Gary Fraser's offside after having the ball in the back of the net. Possession wise, guys, we are really dominating here, and that is not even our style of game. We're playing the counter system where we're expecting other teams to have that type of possession against us. I have showed you recently, and we'll show you again actually in the next episode, the counter system that we're playing. It's doing okay as it stands, as Mark Kelly looks to use his pace. He gets in behind us, Mark Kelly, and it's a goal! Mark Kelly, what a strike, son. It's 3-2, 12th goal of the season, and the boys are really pulling out all the stops today. This is incredible. To be fair, the 2 goals Cowdenbeath have scored, they don't even think they deserve them. They've not played that well, and I think one more goal from the boys here could seal the deal. But let's not get carried away. It's Renton. Buchanan. He's going to play it wide. Brett pulls it in, and it's Carrick. As you can see, guys, you do not give that man Dale Carrick a little chance, because he will sniff it out and gets his 29th goal of the season. This game is end to end, and it's all happening here. Goals galore, but what do you expect when you're playing at a level just above pub football? No disrespect there, but this is my local club, and I know what kind of football they play. Although they've been doing quite well in recent weeks. Oh my days. In almost identical fashion to Dale Carrick's goal, Renton has just put Cowdenbeath 4-3 up. I'm bitterly disappointed in this. Honestly, I feel like we've played really well, and this is a tough one to take. What a game for the live com, but it's a tough one to take. I feel like everybody's played quite well. Kelly, Ballantyne, and it's a really good save from McGinn. Honestly, I feel like everybody's played well that I wouldn't even know who to take off, but I'm going to bring off Gary Fraser and bring on Connor Higgins, and we're going to take off Fotheringham, and we're going to take off Mass, and we're going to bring on Callahan and Paul Watson. Hopefully the young lad Connor Higgins up top can get in amongst the goals and the action here with half an hour to go. He did so against Clyde. Hopefully he can here. I'm going to spur the boys on I'm going to tell them to push forward passionately. No, I'm going to encourage them, actually, because they're doing okay. Charlesworth, and he puts it wide. 65 minutes gone here. I'm feeling hard done by. Again, awful defending, concedes us 4 goals, and scoring goals isn't our problem, guys. We're doing that for fun, especially through Kelly and Higginson. Sorry, Kelly and Fraser, should I say, and hopefully Higgins will get amongst the goals soon. Carrick, and there you go. Chris Renton. That name is familiar. I believe former Norwich. I might be wrong on that one. I'm sure there was a Renton that played for Norwich as a striker. And there you go, guys. 61% possession, 5-3 down against Cowdenbeath, and it's not for lack of trying. We've scored goals, but defensively we just don't have it. You know, I think I might try to get another central defender in, or I might try the young lad Ross at the back. But I did try to get one in from St Mirren. He was very interested in joining, but he wanted too high wages I couldn't afford. But I will try to get a centre back in. It's clear to see where the problem is now, and that's unlucky there with 13 minutes to go here. A little bit deflated. I felt like we played well enough, but again, I don't know, just a little bit of frustration, real frustration. But hey ho, we plough on. The goals are there. If we can shore up that defence, who knows what can happen. Plenty of games left to play this season. Ballantyne, Callahan, and the last 3 shots have been all long shots and all gone wide, and not really testing the keeper at all. So as you can see, guys, the final whistle, there you go here, 2 minutes to add on. Oof, that's an unlucky shot there. And that just about wraps it up, guys. As you can see, 5-3 defeat, plenty of goals for you in the live com. The live coms have not been kind to us in the last few games. I think we've lost the last 2 or 3, but that's what this level is about. That's what we knew it was going to be about. The first season, like I say, I don't care if you're Manchester United or you're Montrose. The first season is all about feeling your way into it and getting your own team. And of course, I'm playing my lot of all part-time players, and most of the players weren't mine in the first place. So we'll try to build something for myself here, but we'll try our best to still squeeze into that playoff spot. We are 4 points, as you can see on the right hand side, away from that playoffs. That's quick enough to make up a couple of wins, and we'll be right back in it. It's trying to find those wins though, that's the problem. As Steve clears it, disappointing defeat at Links Park today. I felt going forward we were excellent, at the back we were ropey, and as you can see, guys, 3 points gone away from us, and a defeat it is to Cowdenbeath. So there we have it, guys. 7th position we still sit. We sit 3 points clear of the team after us, which is Elgin. We are of course 4 points behind 4th place Berwick. As long as we get into that playoff spot, that's the challenge, that's where I want to get, and hopefully we can. 4 points, not a lot to make up in terms of this division. A couple of wins and you're right back in the mix, so hopefully we can do that. As you can see, Clyde and Cowdenbeath runners away for that title chase, and I'll be battling against each other for that championship. Arbroath sit 3rd. Well, that's the challenge, guys. Make the playoffs, and we're 4 points away from it, so hopefully we can get back into that fold very soon. So there we are, guys. The form is a little bit ropey. We've only won 1 in our last 7. That game coming against Stirling. We're scoring goals, guys. We just can't stop conceding, so I'm going to look into the market now, look at free transfers, maybe a loan, and see what we can bring in at the heart of defence. So the next game, Berwick at home, then Stirling, then Arbroath at home, Edinburgh City away, Forfar away, Annan at home, and the next game, guys, we're going to come to you for the live com. It will be on the 11th of March. It'll give us a chance to update on any players brought in, update you on those previous 6 games that we will have played. Hopefully we can get a bit of form back, but we will play the next live com at Links Park on March the 11th, 2017 against Stirling, who currently sit 6th. As ever, guys, thank you for watching the 5th episode of The Homecoming. I'm James. If you haven't hit that like button, please do if you're enjoying it. Comment if you're wanting to get involved in the action and interact with myself. And if you haven't subscribed and you enjoy what you see, or enjoy any of the previous videos such as experiments or any of the other series that I've done, please hit that subscribe button, and thank you very much for the continued support. And I'll see you lot very soon in the next episode of The Homecoming. Thanks again, guys. Take care and goodbye.